Just to make it a little bit more comfortable, you can go to cross leg, it could be anything else, and let us interlace the fingers and just very slowly roll the wrists. Go one direction. Ideally, you want to hold your forearms as close as possible and try to work for the wrist circle in isolation. And go one direction and then change and go to another direction. And if you might find some spots that feels a little bit rough, so just warm it up. As when we're going to be doing some resistance, we will use the wrist, and the wrists have to be really locked and need to be warm. Okay, so let us just shake the arms, and here we're gonna exercise elbows, and I'm pretty sure nobody exercising elbows, not warming up elbows, but this is the joint between the wrist and shoulder, and the warm-up is like that. So you're gonna stretch the tip of the fingers, that's why it's nice to be elevated a little bit, and really engage your arms, and now press your elbows to your rib cage, and go with a straight palm, like you go through the very tense air, like really press. Feel your biceps are working, and come as close. So compress your elbow as much as you can. Stretch. I don't see all fingers stretch. It's really stretch, really strong arms. Now turn it to the front, and now like you're pressing all the way down. You should feel your elbow this way. If you're really using your arm muscles, you feel the elbow. So turn the palms toward the front, press the elbows to the rib cage, and bring them up. And just compress your elbow as much as you can. Then rotate the palms to the front and press it down. Keep your wrists straight. You feel your biceps, but biceps is connected to some bones in the joint, so that's why we're warming up. One more time, just press and go up. So it's very similar to biceps curls, right? But we are doing this mindfully, and the idea is just to let the elbow know we're gonna be bending. We're gonna be flexing that, and release, and just shake your arms. Okay, let's warm up shoulders first, just with the simple shoulder circles. Go your own pace. Try to keep your elbows soft. Try ideally keep the chin parallel to the floor. Go maybe 5 one direction, and then go opposite direction. Again, I'm inviting always to try to go as slow as possible. Okay, and then we'll stop here, and you might move slightly forward from your support, right? So you have your shin down to the floor, and just hug your whatever leg you just decided to start, it doesn't really matter, and then lock your shin, like really lock your shin with the other hand. Yes, because we want to move the ankle very slowly again in isolation, and you definitely feel how your shin bone is moving, but so you want to lock the shin bone, and go maybe 5 times one direction, and then go 5 times the other direction. And then we will bring the hands behind and just have your knee bent a couple of times. And here I'm really let you feel what is the natural flexion of the knee, right? So I don't want you to press your knee. I just want you to feel it. And my right knee is clicking for whatever reason. We don't know what it is. Probably some arthritis. So you might find something like that happening to your knee. And let us change, so bring your right shin down to the floor. So hug your thigh, lock your shin bone, and go into the circular movements. Slowly. You definitely find the restrictions to go to lateral side, and then change. do the same to the knee, so just bring the hands behind and just let your knee flex a couple of times in a soft way. Feel it. Okay, great. Let us now take the bolster away, put it on the side or back, and let us just warm up the hips. Those who were in my classes, they know the 90-90 position. So doesn't matter, you're gonna face the front of the mat. I'm gonna show you, if you're facing the front of the mat, you have your one shin parallel to the long side of the mat, the other thigh parallel to the other long side of the mat. And then you flexing your feet, and then on your heels you turn to the other direction and you coming back to 90-degree position. And then go again back, okay? So if you are facing the front of the mat, you're probably moving forward a little bit because you want to adjust your ankles to maintain the flex 90 position, and try to keep your spine as straight as you can. So if you need to support yourself here with the hands, you can support and have this end position in a full internal rotation on one side and then full internal rotation on the other side. And yes, you're moving forward. So I can see a lot of you not flexing your feet. So come this way. Flex your feet 90 degrees. Take your knees as wide as you can. Let's start from here. And now drop knees to one side. Yes, and keep your feet flexed. Take your knee all the way down, even if it means that the other hip comes off the floor. Yes. And now go back to the center. Flex feet. And go back. So why I am asking you again and again to flex your feet. That's how you lock in your knee, and this is a safe position. When the feet are flexed, knee is in the lock position, you can't create any lateral tension on your knee joint. So if you doing something, and we're right now rotating the hip, we want to do this rotation of the hip isolated from the other two joints. Those joints are locked, so the lower leg is all the time in this locked position, and you're actually lubricating the hip joint. Yes, it's really hard to keep the feet. All of you want to do this because we get used to do this in yoga, in pigeon pose, so that's okay. Come to my classes, you're going to learn how to do this because I'm talking about that a lot. Okay, so now our hips should be in a good position, and let us come into the tabletop position. And sit your hands under the shoulders, and let us go to the couple of cat and dog stretch just to warm up the spine. And yes, I do want you to warm the whole spine, but I want you also to pay attention to your lower back and pay more attention to movement of your pelvis, as when we're going to start doing some leg works. I know that in this class we're not working much on legs, but I definitely have to throw some legs today. And so we want to do the leg work with the certain alignment of the pelvis. So we want to get a full extension that is available in your spine, and then we'll go to full flexion and find some glute work. So we're finishing the last one, and let us come into the neutral position. So in neutral position, have this slight curve in your lower back, and we're going to tuck the toes, and we'll lift the knees off the floor and hold here. So we need to activate the core before we're going to do any strength work, and hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down. Have a little bit of a stretch of your wrist. We have it one more time like that. So when you're ready, let's come back into the tabletop position. So make sure you're not dropping the head. Don't look on your knees. Look maybe foot in front of your palm. So press the floor with your arms. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees off the floor. Maintain neutral pelvis position and hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down to the floor. And let us stretch the wrist. And here we'll come into the bridge position, and I would like you to have this band close to you so you can use it a little bit later. So come to the bridge position, and let us just set the feet hip distance. Make sure that heels are under the knees, not too far, not too close. Bring your arms on the sides of the hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit. Keep your neck neutral. And let's lift the hips into the bridge. Squeeze your glutes. Hold here. And then slowly come down. Exhale. So let us go 5 more times. So lift. Maintain neutral position. So you don't need to go to the high extension in your upper back. And slowly come down. So when you're lifting the hips, make sure that you keep your pelvis in neutral position and working with your glutes. Squeeze them and come down. We have 2 more. Lift it up, hold, and come down. And last time, lift it up and come all the way down. We're going to now bring the feet together. So your feet are together. We're going to go into bridge, and you would like to continue to squeeze your knees together. You're going to find that it's really hard. Your knees would like to go apart. So when you're ready, lift your hips. Keep squeezing your knees. Your inner thighs are working, and come all the way down. Exhale. Continue, lift, hold, squeeze your knees. And come all the way down. Okay, so let us bring your heels a little bit closer. Let's go up. Okay, feet together, feet together. And come down. And one more time. Let's go up. Keep the knees, squeeze, 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 squeeze them together. And come all the way down. Exhale. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock from side to side. And this time, we're going to take this band that I mentioned earlier and bring it around your knees. We're going to do the bridge now a different way. Opposite. We're going to keep the knees wide. So you're going to bring the feet like Baddha Konasana, the yoga pose if you're practicing yoga, and bring your feet down and keep your knees wide. And you want to keep the knees wide all the time as we're going to go to the bridge. So when you're ready, lift your hips off the floor. Just a little, you should feel a little bit different part of your glute working. And come all the way down. Exhale. Again, try to keep your heels under the knees. Lift. Hold. Keep the knees apart. And come down. Again, lift. And come down. 2 more times. Let's lift, hold the knees apart, squeeze the glutes, and come down. And the last one, lift the hips up, and come all the way down. Let's bring the knees together and take the band off. So we work a little bit the muscles around the hips, and we will now, you might watch me. So we're going to step the feet. This time we're going to step the feet a little bit away, and we're going to come into the bridge. You should start feeling your hamstring. If this is too easy for you, we're going to go down and going to walk the feet a little bit more. And then we're going to come into the bridge. You're going to feel your hamstring more. If it's too easy, you're going to drop the hips. And you're going to walk your hamstrings away. Maybe some of you, if you feel a very strong hamstrings, you can come into the flex position and lift your hips this way. That way we'll be feeling even a lot. Okay, so let us do it together. So start with the feet a little bit away from the underknees and come into the bridge. So you might still feel like only the glute work. Bring the hips down. Make a good step, and tucking the pelvis. So you're coming into the pelvic tilt. Lift the hips. Do you feel your hamstrings? Yes or no?
Yep.
It's a question.
Yep.
Coming down, exhale. So you can stay here or you can experiment. Can you move your feet a little bit away and lift your hips again? hold, and if you're finding this is enough for you, stay there. If it feels too much, come a little bit backward. We're gonna have 5 left. So coming up and down. Coming up, pelvic tilt, and down. Coming up, and down, and the last one, coming up, and down. Bring your knees to your chest, rock from side to side. And here we come into the dead bug position. So bend your knees 90 degrees, flex your feet, take your arms up toward the ceiling, and let us just hold that. So just hold, and what I would like to check if your feet are flexed, if your knees are not coming too close, and I can bring my fingers under your lower back. And you keep breathing, right? Holding, try not to drop the heels. And don't be so serious, it's fun. And let's release. Okay, so let us go one more time into the dead bug. So you know how to hold that. Knees 90 degrees, feet flexed, arms up. And this time we're gonna extend the right leg and left arm overhead. Hold, you're not arching. And come back. And other's leg, other arm, flex foot, and come back. That's one. Again, opposite leg and arm, and come back. Change. And come back. One more time. And come back. And again. And come back, hold, reset everything. Check your knees, check your heels, check your lower back, check your shoulders. Take your facial expression. Your face is relaxed. And rest. Bring your feet down to the floor. You can drop your knees from side to side. A little bit of a stretch for the lower back. And we're going to go into the double crunches. So the dead bug is activating the internal core muscles. This is a true core exercise. The double crunch is more toward the rectus abdominals, the six packs, the frontal abdomen, and the lower abdomen. So what is a double crunch? You have your hands behind the head. You can watch me. And you're gonna bring your knees and elbows together. So like lifting the hips and come back. And lift and come back. We're gonna go do 10. Okay, so when you're ready, head is down to the floor. So you're bringing your knees and elbows together and really pulling the belly in, rounding your lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's bring the feet down to the floor. Exhale, and then bring your knees to your chest, rock into seated position, and then find yourself coming into the standing position. So we're going to start with a little bit of the biceps and legs. So what I want you to do is to take this resistance band. It's quite tight one. So you're going to figure out where you need to step, depend on your height, depend on your strength. So you're stepping the way, so yeah, it's not going to slide off your foot, okay? So just make sure that you can pull it this way. And then we're going to bring the palms in, open them, bring the elbows close. So before you're going to start going into the small pulls, I want you to engage your glutes. I'm going to engage your abdomen, making sure that you're not leaning back, right? So you're trying to work your biceps in isolation. And let's go. 1, 2, so you're not releasing all the way, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's release it all the way down. Shake your arms. So make sure that your elbows sit really close so it's not moving backward and it's not moving out, because here you're working a little bit of your shoulders, right? So you want to really, this is a really isolated movement. Okay, so let's catch the band again and we'll do the second set. So open palms, elbows close, engage your glutes, engage your abdomen, and let's go. 1, 2, try to release slowly. 3, slowly. 4, slowly. 5, slowly. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release it all the way down. Shake your arms again. So try not to have a fist. Keep your palms open. Now we're gonna go really even slower than we did this time. So we're gonna bend and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get it here. Straight wrists, elbows close, and let's pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a rest a little bit. I didn't ask you to engage your glutes and abdomen, so let's do it before we're gonna go to other 5. When ready, squeeze your glutes, engage your core, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it 5? Let's do it one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay. Take it away for now. We will use it a little bit later. Shake your arms, move your shoulders, and let's come to the front of the mat. We're going to do a couple of backward lunges with no weight first. I want you to focus on form here. So watch me the lunges. So I don't want you to let your knee to fall forward. So we are exercising the back leg and the back glute. So you're gonna step, it's a pretty close lunge, and you're gonna bend your knee so you're coming down like you want to sit on the chair. But this, the other side, you don't want this knee to come forward, right? And you working with holding with the back leg, and come up and step to the front. We're gonna do 5, one leg, 5 out of the leg, okay? So we're gonna go slow. I want you to figure out the distance you're stepping back, and then we add a little bit extra. So when you're ready, step the whatever foot, and come down, tug the tailbone under, come up, and step to the front. So we're exercising the back leg. Step, tug the tailbone, come down, so you're not overloading your front quad, and step to the front. Again, step, lift the heel, bend the knee, tug the tailbone, and then go down and up, step to the front. Again, step back, lift the heel, bend the knee, tug the tailbone, go down and up, and step to the front. One more time. Step back, lift the heel, bend the knee, tug the tailbone, come down, come up, and step to the front. Shake your legs. Let's go other leg. So step the foot, lift the heel, bend the knee, tug the tailbone, come down, up, and back. Again, step, lift the heel, bend the knee, tug the tailbone, come down, up, and front. And again, lift, tuck, come down, up, and step. And one more. Step, lift, bend, come down, engage the core, and come. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of a weight. It's really, you have a 5-pound kettlebell. So you're picking up the kettlebell. There's only 4 of them. So I'm using so this one will be more for the back ankle stability, right? Your inner thigh strength of the front leg. So we're going to be having the static way. We're going to come here. So don't go yet. We're going to hold here, engage in the core. So you have this dumbbell. We're going to bring it in front of the chest, and we're going to be rotating slowly to one side and to the other side. Okay, and we'll do maybe 3 rotations. That's good enough. So let us have the right foot in front, step the left foot back, you know the distance, lift the heel and come down. So the depth that you feel you can sustain, engage your core, bring the kettlebell in front, rotate to right, come back, control your front knee, come all the way to the left, come back, to the right, center, to the left, center, to the right, center, to the left, center, come up and shake the legs. So try not to tense the shoulders. So don't let the trapezius to do your core work, okay? So keep your shoulder blades down. So step your right foot back, find the distance where you need to be, and come down, come into your lunge, front knee 90 degree, and let's rotate to the left and come down. Keep embracing your core. To the right, come to the center. To the left, come to the center. To the right, center last time. To the left, center. To the right, center. Come up and shake your legs. Great. Let us put it down. If you need a sip of water, take a sip of water. Probably need 1, 2. So the next one, just to give you a little bit of a different work, we're going to do the static balance and hip stability thing. So I'll just show you. It's pretty easy. This one is really light. We're using this resistance band to give you kind of a frame that you would like to be inside. So you're going to straight it up, and I want you to engage your glutes really hard, and then start bringing the body weight to the right foot, lifting the left foot, and just hold yourself here. So just think like you were in the frame here, and all what you want to do is just to turn like the frame to be on one corner, okay, and hold. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll bring the body weight. So engage your right glute, engage your right leg, engage your core, so no extension. Really use it here and hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Release the arms just to rest. Let's do it again. Lift, bring the body weight. So again, stabilize your left hip first, glute, hamstring, lower abdomen, then lift the leg and hold. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So let us go a little bit lower. So just try to get, so like right now, just think that you're just letting your square to come a little bit lower on from the right hip. So the right hip is something that we're exercising right now. Stability of the right hip. And you go, of course, as low as you're able to go. So engage your right glute, Find this really strong. Trust your right leg and just go. Here, you're also exercising your obliques. So your obliques are helping you to maintain this position here. Hold 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back and release. Good. Try not to stretch, so try to keep your arms, if it's possible, just over the shoulders. Okay, other side. Engage your left glute, lift your right leg, and then go. Hold the arms overhead, hold 4, 5, flex the foot. It feels like you're pulling the leg into that. Try to keep your chest open. Yes. Very good. Both obliques are working, and release. Excellent. So we can take it away and shake your arms, and let us just go through the couple of first part of sun salutation, just a standing fold forward, just to keep the breath free, because I'm pretty sure you held the breath a little bit. So let's, with inhale, lift the arms up, stretch the sides of the body, bring the palms together, exhale, fold, release the head. Take a moment here to stretch the back of your body, and then let us very slowly roll up into standing. We're gonna do it 2 more times. With inhale, lift the arms, stretch the sides of the body, but maintain this neutral position here. As hinge from the hips, come all the way down. Exhale, shake your head, and very slowly come up into the standing position. And let's do it again. Inhale, reach, and then exhale. Come all the way down, release the head, and then very slowly come up into the standing position. Exhale, so shake your legs. For the shoulders, I decided not to use the weights today. We're gonna work on the movement. It's the lateral raises. It's a very tricky exercise. It's very often done absolutely wrong, and the wrong muscles are working. So I want you to pretend that you have weight. So I want you to really squeeze your fist and bend your elbow. So what we're exercising here? Here is the muscle. You might see it. I'm working on it very hard. So this is the muscle that we're working. And it's working when we actually very slowly releasing. Not when we're pushing up, because very often I see people are doing something like that. I don't know what they're exercising. So think that you're pressing your elbows out to the wall. So just press it here. So your wrist is not going higher than your shoulder, higher than the elbow. And now try to lift your elbow a little bit higher. Yes. And now, and now engage it. And now very slowly bring down. You should feel it even this way, without, try to keep your elbows out all the time. Okay, just go on your own. I'm gonna just correct a little bit here. So lift, think of pressing elbows out, and then very slowly come down. And when you come here, you're not quite releasing. If you're gonna have a weight, that's a lot of work here on this movement. Okay, lift and slowly come down. So go on your own. You're doing this on the end. You're doing great here, and keep it like that. Keep elbows high. Yeah, keep elbows high, 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 till you come here. So you see, you start turning them on the very end, you're turning them here. Mm-hmm. And they still have to be, so think of this area, yes, out. Yeah, that's it. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe a little bit more of elbows, and coming here. Okay, and trying, and the other thing, what is important is not to get those guys working. So you need to squeeze the shoulder blades down and release it down. Yeah. So before you even lift, think of the shoulder blades coming down. Yeah. Yes. But you were good here. You don't need to do this. Okay. You were good here. And go down. And again, also like keep it this way. So don't let the elbows fall. Those should be down and go. So maybe next time we're gonna do it with weights. Okay, so this is something you can take with you today if you're gonna do the lateral raises and shake your arms. So for this one, you would need to come off your mat to the floor, and we should work with the direction of the floor. So yeah, you probably, ladies, you can roll your mat. You also be behind your mat. And I'll show what we're gonna do. We're gonna work hamstrings again. So we're gonna be going this direction, and it's the exercise when you slide back, and then as you come back, you're not leaning forward, you exercising this hamstring to get it back, and glute. So come down. You don't need to do this low because you probably will never go back, right? You need to find where you, and don't lean back, don't lean forward. Try to keep shoulders above the hips, come back, stop here, and then pull it in. You feel your lower abdomen also working. Go 10 times each leg, and I also would observe you. And try to keep the front knee as 90 degree as possible. Don't let this happen. So when you're going to start bringing the body weight to your toe, to your knee, you're working your quad. And we all love to work quad. They are much more stronger muscles. They overwork. So you want to have, yeah, so stop here. And I'll pull with this.
I'm using this, not this, like
Yeah,
pull?
I want
Okay.
you to use this. So pull, pull, pull. Yeah. Okay. So you, of course, you're using the back leg as well, but I want you to, it's like you want to press
Engage the
it
right.
up.
Okay.
Yes. Engage the right to go. Okay? Yeah, all good. Yeah. Here is great. And now pull. Yeah, because you love to use your, so don't go this far. Don't go this far. When you did your 10, just, yeah, so, and now pull it in using this leg, using the right, left glute, okay? Go back, try not to look down, yeah? And now pull it in with this leg. Standing leg is working. Pull it in, yeah, you're doing great. So knee here, and change the leg. So it's this leg. So you're trying to push yourself with the standing leg glute. Stabilizing again, stabilizing your standing hip. You feel like you're pulling with a little bit of the back leg, but yes, but you want to, you actually exercising the glute of standing leg. So you need to feel. If you don't feel, ask me again. I'm going to try to find this work. Okay, so I hope you had fun with that, and you can come to your mats. Again, having this band around your ankles, and we're going to be facing the left wall for you, and you're going to be on the very back of your mat facing the left wall. So I'm facing you, and you split your feet so you feel some resistance. Bend your knees, and then you're going to step wider, keeping your knees bent, and then step back into the squat position. And then again, and again, and continue. So try not to let your torso move. So engage your inner thighs to control your knees. When you're reaching the front of your mat, you go in the opposite direction. Okay, so try not to bring feet too close. So you already feel the stretch and then you feel more stretch, and then you return exactly to this first position, to the start position. So your legs are working all the time, and you're in a squat all the time, and you continue to walk one direction and the other direction. Yes, so come here. Stretch your feet.
Yeah.
Okay, now step wider. And then come back to the same distance. And then step wider. And same distance.
Okay.
And you're in squat all the time. And your body weight is on the heels. Body weight is on the heels, yes. Try to keep your feet parallel. So it's like movement comes from the heel and the outer edge of the foot. And try not to have a little bit of the shifting of the weight. So think like this is really solid, shoulders above the hips. Okay, one more time to one side and the other side. If you did a lot, you definitely can take a break. And when we reach the back of the mat, we're gonna just do 3 exercises for the legs again. So we're gonna take this off, and we're gonna take the kettlebell, and we'll do the lunges. So shake your legs. Remember our lunge, right? Controlled. We're gonna do 3. So when you're ready, let's step the left foot back. Lift the heel, bend the knee, tuck the tailbone, come into the position. Embrace the core. Right, center. Left, center. Right, center. Left, center. Right, center. Left, center. Smile. Come up and shake your leg. Let's go other side. Step your right foot back. Bend the knee, tuck the tailbone, come down, and let's twist to the left, center, right, center, left, center. Don't tense your shoulders. Right, center, left, center, right, center. Smile. You forgot you're on the camera. And come to the front. Shake your legs. Okay. Take it off. We're gonna take our slider, and we're going 10 slides. Slowly, so with slides you need to go on direction on the floor. Pulling. I want you to feel your standing leg glute. Don't go too far, because if you're going too far, it's hard for you. You are leaning forward and you're using your quad, right? If you go a little bit, it's much more weight. Also have the body weight on the heel of the standing leg more than on the toe. So 10 times. So you're bending, yeah, so you're going into. So front knee 90 degrees, as much as you can control that. Try not to lean forward. So try to look on the wall in front of you. Okay, when turn down, you're just changing the leg. So avoid leaning forward for this one. It's a different one when we lean forward. There is also some lunges when we are doing like this, but today I want you to focus on coming straight, because when you lean forward, you exercise more of the glute. When you come straight, it's more hamstring. And we're not exercising hamstrings enough. Nothing in yoga. Even lunges that we're practicing as warrior 1, warrior 2, we're practicing very often bringing too much weight on the quads. So I wanted to feel the hamstrings today. You probably feel them more tomorrow, but that's good. So next time when I'm going to ask you to activate your hamstring in your warrior one, you know how it feels. Okay, and if you're done with 10, we'll just take this away, and we have, let's do 5 steps, 5 back, 5 steps, 5 back, 2 times, okay? So count the steps. So it's not a big one, and you're in a squat, and it's small, and your feet are parallel to the edges of the mat. And the shoulders are sitting above the hips. Your inner thighs are controlling your knees. So your knees are not coming together, right? They want to, but we're exercising the inner thighs, activating them. And if you're down 2, you can take the mat away, and your legs should be happy today. So you can take the band away, come to the front of the mat for the mountain pose, close your eyes, and find your connection to your legs that support your posture, support your body. So keep your glutes, keep your hamstrings active, lower abdomen, stretch the tip of the fingers down, keep the head comes toward the ceiling. And let's again go through 3 breaths, the top of the sun salutation with inhale, lift the arms up, stretch the sides of the body. Exhale, folding forward, a good opportunity to stretch your hamstrings and glutes, and then slowly come up into standing position. Exhale, let's do it again. Inhale, hinging from the hips. Exhale, folding forward. Body weight distributed equally on your feet. That's how you're stretching the hamstrings. Slowly come up to standing. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come all the way down into the fold. Shake your head. And then slowly, slowly come up into the standing position. Exhale. So let us take the bolster. Prepare for the last 2, the superset for the back and the chest. So first I want you to watch me. So bolster along the mat this way. So when we're exercising, when we're doing any chest press, chest fly, we need to be in extension here. That's why I love the bolsters in the studio, because you have kind of this space to slide your hips, squeeze your shoulder blades, and have a little bit of support. So very often when we practice in a gym in a flat bench, it's really hard to hold like that. And here we have the bolster, so hips are not really touching the floor here, but you can really trying to squeeze the shoulder blades. And we're gonna do the stretch. So you decide what the resistance you're using. We're gonna stretch it, we're gonna hold and slowly release, okay? So find first your position on the bolster, trying to arch your mid back, like really squeezing the shoulder blades, and you keep it like that, so you squeeze in the chest this way. So deciding what is the resistance of your band, and let us stretch straight arms, band touching the chest, and then slowly release. 1, stretch, hold a little bit, and then slowly release. Straight arms, straight elbows, stretch, and then slowly release. Continue, that's 3. Go 4. You stretching this way. So release it a little bit, like that. Okay, and stretch till you touch, and then slowly release. Stretch and slowly release. Yes. Okay, trying to keep your wrist straight as well. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Try to, your traps love to work, so try to keep them down. So if you're done with 10, you are resting. And then let us come into seated position. You can be on the floor, you can be on the bolster, whatever you like. We're gonna bring the band around the feet. Again, you're gonna decide what is the resistance, and this time you're pulling your hands to your hips, not to your waist, not to your armpits, to your hips. Squeezing the shoulder blades, holding, and then slowly releasing. 10 times. Again, I'm want to go around, as we love to do this, and this is wrong, right? We exercise in the lats. So we're trying to isolate everything and slowly release. Okay, again, you deciding what is the resistance. So wrist comes to the hips. So let us come into a little bit more straight. Yeah, bend your knees maybe a little bit, because I want you to have straight spine. Yes, and now go. Because your hamstrings are tight and you're going into round and back. So you want to squeeze more here. Good. Okay. Okay, chin up, and try to go here. Then release a little bit resistance. Just release it, and I'm going to just go more on the form rather than strength. So come all the way here, and go squeezing. So don't lift here. Don't lift. Keep them down and work. If you've done 10, we're going to go back to chest. So coming into your slight extended back position, shoulder blades together, finding your resistance that you want to work, and you go 10 times, stretching, touching the chest, and slowly release. And stretch, and again, try not to let your traps to work for you. So control, keep squeezing the shoulder blades when you pull it. Yeah, I know, maybe see that you can go a little bit straighter rather than going down, because that's more shoulder work. Yeah, here. Do you feel the difference? Yeah. Okay, and keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Very good. Okay, good. Over there. And then when you're done 10, you're just coming into seated position. If you find that your hamstrings are tight, you're welcome to have your knees bent, because I want you to have a neutral spine, straight spine here. And you pull, squeezing, and slowly release. So you're not letting your shoulders to come into. Start the movement from external rotation of the shoulders. So keep them externally rotated even before you start pulling. And then continue to hold this external rotation. So very often we see in the gym that people are doing the pulling like that. Shoulder is an internal rotation. So this is not the back work. So you want to have shoulders in external rotation, down, and then pull toward the hips and release. Pull toward the hips and release. 10 times. You're counting. And if we're done, just take all the props away. And we first of all will come and stretch the back. So let us come into the wide knee child pose. Walk your hands forward, bring the forehead down, and just think of the distance between your palms and your seat bones. Try to stretch the back, try to stretch the mid back, try to stretch the lower back. You definitely feel a bit of a stretch of your chest if you're walking your fingers forward and you're lifting the base of the palms and you're lifting your elbows and then trying to separate the shoulder blades. That's going to give you some stretch for the chest. But we're going to have another stretch shortly. So hold here for 3 more exhales. And then let us come into the belly line position. If you're not familiar with this stretch, you can observe me first. We're going to bring our left arm T position using the other hand to just press as far as you can go. You might not go as far as I go. You probably need to lift your head off and you feel some stretch in the front of the shoulder and the chest. Go only as far as you feel right for you. And yeah, just keep your neck parallel and hold maybe 5 breaths and then change the arm. Rotate to the center and go to the other side. That also gives you a bit of a biceps stretch. We worked biceps also in the beginning of the class today. We didn't exercise shoulders much. So let's release. And in this position, I would like you just to pick up your long band and roll with the head towards the front of the class, legs toward the back of the class, to your back. I'm going to stretch the hamstring. We'll bring the band around the foot. Bend your left knee, so bring the right foot up, bend your left knee, and just then bend your elbows, and very similar to what we did for the back, but this time you just softly bending elbows and trying to press the heel against the band. So don't worry to bring the toes toward your face, but think of straight knee, even if it means that you're releasing all the way. So you think of pressing the heel up, and that will be much more efficient hamstring stretch. Also, you want to relax your shoulders, and you want to maintain your neutral spine. That's why I'm asking the other knee to be bent. So you want to be neutral spine, relax shoulders. Not worry about your toe coming to your face, but more of the pressure of the heel up against this resistance. So that's an active hamstring stretch. Much more efficient. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how you want to stretch also here. Let's have the knees straight, relax, all the shoulders coming, and neutral spine. So think of your neutral position here. So trying to keep soft arms and work here. And let's change the leg. And let us find neutral position first of all. So when you're taking your tailbone off the floor and pulling the leg toward your face, yes, you feel stretch, of course, but it's not as effective as the one when you keeping the knee straight. Keeping the knee straight, even if it's 45 degrees, but knee straight. Work on that. Flexed foot, heel goes up, and neutral position. And not using much of your wrist or your shoulders or your arms. Leg is working. This is only assistance for the leg. And let us release. Let's bring the knees to chest, rock from side to side. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Take your knees wide into Baddha Konasana. So bring the elbows inside and stretch. Yeah, you can lift your heels. You can have them on the floor. So a little bit of an inner thigh stretch here. Whatever your favorite, the Happy Baby could be a great option as well if you like it.
Oh, is it here? Sorry.
It could be here, it could be here, it could be here, on the floor, off the floor, and Happy Baby. Whatever you feel right for your hips right now, whatever hips responds is good. If you're going to Happy Baby, try to take your tailbone down to the floor. That's going to give you a nice stretch for your lower back. And then bring your knees to your chest. Bring your arms in T position and just go into the very, very gentle twist. Drop the knees to one side. Maybe turn the head to the other side. And then lift your knees up and drop the knees to the other side. Gentle stretch. And come back to the center. And then just extend your legs. Bring your arms on the sides of the hips. Take a moment here to rest. Take a couple of long exhales. Scan your body from the heels to the crown of the head. Allow your breath to become neutral. Without forcing, without thinking much. Check where you feel sensations in the body. There should be a lot on the back of your legs. Letting the belly to be soft and relaxed. Try not to judge of how the practice, how the class went for you. Just allowing yourself to be, enjoying the body in stillness, enjoying the mind in stillness. Then when you're ready, add the movements. Slowly circle the small joints. Bend next joint to feel it right. Bend your knees, rock from side to side, and when you're ready, come into the seated position. It could be cross-legged, it could be something different. Bring the hands in front of the heart just to have a moment to admit the end of the session, to feel gratitude of being able to be on the mat in the studio, being able to move, to explore, to challenge, and hopefully that practice will be a great positive guide for you for the rest of the night. Namaste.